Jason, if you look at your main event scores, it's the first one that cost you tonight.
Mm-hmm.
If we go back to main event 1, it seemed like you were sitting in that 7 to 12 range, and there wasn't a lot of movement. Was that the track, the intensity, or what do you think attributed to that kind of finish in that first main event?
Yeah, the first lap of the first one, I think I came around like 14th. I got stuck on the lip of the triple whenever there's that pile up with, I think, like Mookie and Freeze or something, and then was able to come around, and yeah, I mean, it's so short of a race that it's so hard to make up time. So I'm lucky I was able to get up to 7th and you know, salvage something out of that. But yeah, that first race was tough because it was so short, and it was all about the start. But you know, it was a lot of racing tonight, and you know, it's kind of crazy. It was a curveball for us and for me, you know.
Cool, congratulations. Got your first main event win of the season and your first overall podium. Going into that third main event, what was the pressure like? You had about a 3-point lead. Was there, I mean, were you feeling it on the gate and back at the truck?
Yeah, definitely on the gate. You know, it's just the, you know, that last little bit is just to close the deal. And obviously these guys are riding really good, so definitely ups the pressure. But, you know, I knew I was riding really well in the first 2 mains. It just, the start really just is what got me. You know, I think I came around 14th as well on the first lap, and it was hectic coming through the crowd. It was, you know, guys were going, you know, really not giving me an inch, like just going after it, and I just I was kind of scared there for a little bit. You know, I felt like I had the win in my grasp, and these guys were trying to take it from me, but I just ran out of steam at the end, and wish I could have pushed forward a little bit more and made a few more passes.
Eli, congratulations. A week ago in Houston in qualifying, it was pretty evident that you were struggling with the injury, and this week, bounce back, get the win. Do you think it was maybe some of the therapy and the things you did during the week, or was it the track maybe that seemed a little bit more, I guess I would say, forgiving on the injury?
It was just this time. I don't want to sit here and like make up the sob story of, oh, I was hurt, but it was this time. I just hammered my shoulder and just needed time to recover, and honestly the thing just wasn't getting better, you know. And when you hammer something that bad, it takes more than a week to really come around. And the past 2 days, it just, you know, made big leaps, and to where we were able to ride a little bit Wednesday and Thursday. So, you know, I knew we were going to be able to, you know, give it a good run tonight. And yeah, this 3 main event format was something else.
Brad Gebhardt, Big MX Radio. Questions for Cole. First time you've led laps in quite some time. What does that do for a guy's confidence, and did that kind of carry you through the night?
Yeah, it did a lot. I mean, yeah, I had to make some quick passes to get in the lead, and then I was actually more happy about the second main event, the way I rode. You know, Eli was going fast, and to be able to stick with him and kind of catch up before I made the mistake, I think I had a lot of fun in that race. You know, it was definitely a confidence booster, and really one of the first times in a long time that I really enjoyed racing and like really gotten like, you know, that high of I don't know, that you get from leading laps and just battling out with the best guys in the world. It's super fun when things kind of fall into place like that.
Chris Cooksey, Motocross Addicts. This is for Eli. So after the first Anaheim, when you had your crash, there was a lot of rumors about different injuries you had. You openly talked about your shoulder, but I've also heard that you would hit your head. Would you like to clear that up now?
Yeah, it was just shoulder. I mean, yeah, I did, you know, bump my head a little bit, but that wasn't the reason for staying off the motorcycle at all. I was fine in that way. So, yeah, it was my shoulder.
Kristen Slack, Motocross Performance Magazine. This question is for Jason. You kind of alluded to last week that you've been able to race a more patient and calculated race than maybe in previous years. Kind of what changed and what clicked for you, and did you find it more challenging in the short, more sprint format of tonight to still remain patient in those moves and passes?
Yeah, obviously the first races, whenever you know, trying to stay patient and stuff when you only have 6 minutes or 8 minutes to, you know, make it happen is pretty tough. And but I feel like I was able to minimize the damage, and not, you know, blow it too bad with how bad of a position I put myself in on the start. But yeah, at the same time, it's you know, you want to pass the guys, but you don't want to fall down. You know, that 7th could have easily been a 12th or a 14th. You know, so yeah, maybe I feel like I maybe could have winged it and pulled off a few more moves to get up to maybe pass one more guy or something like that. But I felt like I was better tonight and able to, you know, even though it was 7th, I mean, I'm still on the podium and, you know, trying to take some notes out of the last champion, I guess you could say. So that's what he's been good at, and that's what I'm trying to do. But it's hard to mimic whenever the guys are riding so good, and they don't make it easy on me. That's for sure.
Yeah, hi. A question for all three. Supercross tried to change tonight. Can you imagine doing a whole series with that format? Maybe would 2 races be better, do you think?
I don't think you'd have actually, you know, I think the field would struggle to make it throughout the whole season. I think you'd probably see more injuries, and just when you add, you know, 2 extra starts and that much pressure and everyone on the line, it's just, there's quite a bit more risk involved. So I think that in a whole season wouldn't be a good thing.
Yeah, way too hectic for 18 rounds of that. No way.
Yeah,
yeah, and
it's kind of scary, honestly. One start a night with all the top guys is one thing. Tonight, doing 3 starts with everyone is pretty crazy. Because those first laps, if you're not like 1 or 2, you're just like, you don't know if you're going to hit the triple, you're going to double it, and it's pretty scary. But at the same time, you know, it's probably a little bit more action for the fans. But for us, it is hectic doing 3 starts.
And also, I took a look at practice times, and it was like a second between Jason and first, and I think Dean was 14th. So 1 second separated, you know, all the way back, and not behind him was the cut for who had to go to the LCQ. So it definitely makes for, I mean, it's an exciting night for sure, but it's very unforgiving.
Cole, you won the first race, and people are probably going to say, well, he got a start in a short race, but it seemed like overall you were just riding better tonight, especially in the first 2. So was there something at the track, or is round 3 you finding some settings or something that's more comfortable now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just getting more comfortable. I said after A1 I was really frustrated just because of all the work that I put in, and kind of nerves got the best of me. So I'm just kind of settling down, I'd say. You know, once you get past these first 3 or 4 rounds, things start to kind of settle out, and you kind of figure out where you're at in the pack. But no, I'm just getting more comfortable and having a lot of fun right now, and the bike's been awesome. You know, we did mess with some settings during the week this week, but I wouldn't say that that's the whole reason why, you know, I'm riding better.
This is for Eli. After the last 2 weeks that you had, and you're definitely in a hole for the championship, but then to come out tonight, score 26 big points and an overall win, what does that set your plan up for the rest of the year? It's obviously not conservation. You have the speed to win. So is it just all out now, or is it a long game because a championship chase is kind of unlikely?
Yeah, it's so early to talk about. That's like, you just have to. I'm just glad that I was able to race tonight, really, and yeah, that's really early. I mean, yeah, we did the best we could. We grabbed 26 points, but man, it's way too early to talk about that. I mean, yeah, we're gonna try to do everything we can, but we're on a big hole.
Questions for Jason. I guess you guys can touch on it as well. We talked about the intensity of the night program. Did that also carry over to the day program as far as qualifying goes? Guys trying to throw down a lap immediately, especially today. We had only 2 groups, so 2 bigger groups, and all of the guys really trying to become the fast 18 rather than the fast 40.
I mean, for us top guys, it doesn't really, you know, top 18. I don't really feel like it changed much. You know, the yeah, for as far as practice, it didn't really matter. The only thing is we had to wake up earlier for track walk, which is, you know, that's about it. But then we had, yeah, I mean, the races were crazy, and that was about it.
So, Jason, so you spent a lot of time out here in California. Do you think that helped you with the dirt out here? And also, since you were out here, there was a lot of rumors about you and the Baker factory. Would you like to address those and dirt?
I mean, I was good in Houston. It was tacky there, you know. So, I don't know. I think honestly, it's just, you know, you just got to try and be the best every night. And I feel like at this point, we got to be very savvy with how we have, set up our bike and how we ride. You know, we gotta be smart with not pushing it too much, and you know, so the track breaks down differently. Tonight it could get slick. Last weekend could get ruddy. So I think it comes with experience, you know. And then as far as you know, whatever. I mean, me and Alden are still good in training. I don't know. People just are making a big deal out of it, but yeah, we're cool.
This question is for Eli. With the amount of racing and the intensity you had, was the shoulder starting to get fatigued? Were you in conservative mode at any point, or were you pretty much able to ride like you would any event?
I would say I felt the same throughout all three tonight. Honestly, the first one was tough, you know, with that intensity, and I don't know. I thought the first race was the hardest race. At least it was for me. I don't know. It's like we got once the second one, third one came around. It's like you were warmed up, and you were kind of used to the pace. But yeah, it never really got to a point where I was like, oh gosh, I'm barely hanging on. So yeah, it held together.
For all three of you, everyone has been saying that, oh, this is going to be more of a sprint because the races are shorter. But in a regular 20-minute main event, is there a point where you're even riding at even 99%, or are you sprinting the whole time? Is there an actual difference in strategy or conserving energy that you don't have to address because the race is shorter? Or can you just race exactly like you would the same laps in a longer event? Is it the same, or is it actually different?
I just think a lot of the other guys are a little bit more mellow when it comes to 20 minutes. You know, I feel like, you know, that the first race tonight, they were just going for it. And, I mean, it is a sprint, but, you know, I think you have a lot of guys that are very talented and can go very fast. And when it comes to only doing it for 8 minutes, you know, a lot of guys can go fast for 8 minutes. And I think that was the gnarliest part about it.
So, Cole, this is a very not technical track, and you're a very technical rider. So what do you prefer? Do you prefer when it's easy like this where you did really well, or a super technical track?
I don't know. I wish the whoops would have been a little bigger, because I think that's a kind of a bigger divider for everyone. But no, I enjoyed the track tonight. I enjoy a technical track. You know, obviously I don't have a choice on the track, so I just race whatever's given to me. But no, I felt like I rode really well tonight. I don't think it was necessarily the track. I think it was just me kind of, you know, finding my groove and getting along better with, you know, race situations and all that.